take the bottle of scotch downstairs, ring all the bells, and yell, "Police!" Just to see who comes out of his apartment. Paul, what's the matter, darling? Don't you feel well?
What a rotten thing to do to your own mother.
What?
Do you have any idea how she felt just now? Do you know what kind of night this was for her?
It's not over yet.
You didn't see her sitting here 2 minutes ago. You were upstairs with a Hungarian Duncan Hines. Well, she was miserable. Her face was on that trip we took tonight.
She never said a thing to me.
She's too good a sport. She went the whole cockeyed way. Boy, oh boy, dragging a woman like that all the way out to the middle of the harbor for a bowl of sheep dip.
It was Greek bean soup, and at least she tasted it. She didn't jab at it with her knife, saying cute epigrams like, "Ho, ho, ho, I think there's someone in there."
That's right. That's right. At least I was honest about it. You ate 2 bowls because you're showing off for Al Capone at the next table.
What are you so angry about?
I just told you I felt terrible for your mother.
Why? Where is she at this very moment? Alone with probably the most attractive man she's ever met. Don't tell me that doesn't beat the hell out of hair curlers in the Late Late Show.
Oh, what sparkling conversation. I can just hear it now. She's probably sitting there telling her about some chicken cacciatore he once cooked with a Highland that's a bed. And she's sitting there shoving pink pills in her mouth.
You never can tell what people talk about when they're alone.
I just don't see anything so concerned about this.
I'm concerned. I'm plenty concerned for my mother. Do you think I'm going to get 1 wink of sleep tonight before that phone rings tomorrow? I'm terrified for my mother, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to be something to be afraid of. What I'm really concerned about is you.
Me? Me?
I'm beginning to wonder if you're capable of having a good time.
Why? Because I like to wear my gloves in the winter?
No, because there isn't the least bit of adventure in you. Do you know what you are? You're a watcher. There are watchers in this world and there are doers. And the watchers sit around watching the doers do. Well, tonight you watched and I did.
Yeah. Well, it was harder for me to watch what you did than it was for you to do what I was watching.
You won't even let your hair down for a minute. You couldn't relax for one night. Boy, Paul, sometimes you act like
What? A stuffed shirt?
I didn't say that.
That's what you're implying.
I didn't say you were a stuffed shirt. But you are extremely proper and dignified.
I'm proper and dignified? When? When was I proper and dignified?
Always. You always dress right. You always act right. You're very close to saying the right things. You're very close to being perfect.
That's a horrible thing to say.
I have never seen you without a coat on. Before you were married, I was sure you slept in a tie.
No, just for formal sleep.
You can't even walk into a candy store and ask a lady for a Tootsie Roll. You've got to walk up to the counter, point at it, and say, "I'll have that thing, a little brown and white wrapper."
That's ridiculous.
And you're not. That's just the trouble. Like last Thursday, you wouldn't walk barefoot with me in Washington Square Park. Why not?
Very simple answer. It was 17 degrees.
Exactly. That's very sensible and logical, except it isn't any fun.
Maybe I am too proper and dignified for you. Maybe you would have been happier with someone a little more colorful and flamboyant. Someone like the geek.
Well, you'd be a lot more lax in a stuffed shirt.
Oh, I thought you said I wasn't.
Well, you are now.
I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen. I've got a case of court in the morning.
Where are you going?
To sleep.
How can you sleep now? We're having a fight.
You have the fight. When you're through, turn off the lights.
Oh, you can't even control your emotions.
Look, I'm just as upset as you are. When I get hungry, I eat. When I get tired, I sleep. You eat and sleep too. Don't deny it. I've seen you.
Not in the middle of a crisis.
What crisis? We're just young a little.
You don't consider this a crisis? Our whole marriage hangs in the balance.
It does? When did that happen?
Just now, it's become very clear that you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
Why? Because I won't walk barefoot at the park in the winter? You haven't got a case, Corey. A Totri, yes. Cold feet, no.
Don't oversimplify this. I'm angry. Can't you see that?
Corey, it's 2:15. If I can fall asleep in about a half an hour, I can get about 5 hours of sleep. I'll call you from court tomorrow. We can fight over the phone.
You will not go to sleep now. You'll stay here and fight to save our marriage.
If our marriage hinges on breathing fish balls and poo-fla poo-pie, it's not worth saving. I'm not going to crawl into our tiny, little single bed. If you care to join me, we'll be sleeping from left to right tonight.
I hate you. I really, really hate you.
Corey, there's one thing I learned in court. Be careful when you're tired and angry. You might say something you will soon regret. I am now tired and angry.
And a coward.
And I'm now going to say something I will soon regret. Okay, Corey, maybe you're right. Maybe we have nothing in common. Maybe we rushed into this marriage a little too fast. Maybe love isn't enough. Maybe two people should have to take more than just a blood test. Maybe we should be checked for common sense, understanding, and emotional maturity.
Well, why don't you get it passed in the Supreme Court then? Only those couples bearing a letter from their psychiatrist saying they're well-adjusted will be permitted to be married.
You're impossible.
You're unbearable!
You belong in nursery school.
Well, it's a lot more fun than the home for the fuddy-duddies.
All right, Corey, let's not get all...
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. I don't want you near me ever again.
Okay, Corey, let's not... Now, wait a minute, Corey.
No, I don't want you near me.
Why?
Not when you feel this way about me.
When I feel what way?
The way that you feel about me.
Corey, you're hysterical.
I'm not hysterical. I know exactly what I'm saying. And it's no good between us, Paul. It never will be again.
Holy cow.
I'm sorry. I don't want to cry.
Oh, for Pete's sakes, cry. Go ahead and cry.
Don't you tell me when to cry! I'll cry when I want to cry, and I'm not going to have my cry until you're out of this apartment!
What do you mean out of this apartment?
Well, you certainly don't think we're going to stay here together after this, do you?
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I want a divorce.
Divorce? What?
I'm sorry, I can't discuss it anymore. Good night, Paul.
Will you come here? I want to know why you want a divorce.
I just told you, because you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
What about those 6 days at the plaza?
6 days does not a week make.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I just want a divorce.
You know, I think you really mean it.
I do.
You mean every time you have a little fight, you're going to want a divorce?
There isn't going to be any more little fights, Paul. This is it. This is the end. Good night.